All right, then, shall we get started?
Yes, please.
Okay, cool. So this workshop's not going to be very technical, actually. We are quite application focused. So, there are a few chapters we're going to go through today. Let's just start with what AWE network or OR network is actually building. One second. Now, if you hop onto our Twitter or X, uh, you could tell that we've literally just rebranded last week, and previously we were called STP Network. And AWE basically means Autonomous World Engine. And some of you might have come across Autonomous World this term over the past couple of years. I think back in 2022 or 2023, it was quite hot for a short period of time. And back then, it was still associated with fully on-chain game, which I actually had a primer wrote about this. So AW network essentially redefined the whole term, what autonomous world would mean in Web3. It's no longer to do with fully on-chain game or anything to do with gaming or limited to gaming. In the context of AI today, it literally means multi-agent simulations. So I listed two good examples here. First, this might ring a bell when you see it. It's a little town simulated, completely run by GPT with 25 generative agents living inside the town. It was part of a research paper by a Stanford PhD. Okay, so it simulates the whole town of residents, the daily life, and completely, without coding, without predetermined actions. So that was pretty much the first autonomous world in our definition. And then that was soon followed by another project called Voyager, and it was an experiment as well by NVIDIA. So it combined a similar sort of concept of multi-agent simulation, but put inside a Minecraft, and it was quite fascinating. So if you have any questions about what multi-agent simulations or autonomous worlds actually means, feel free to go dive into my primer about this. I'm happy to share the link to this tweet in our chat. Yep. Cool. Okay. So there are two key building blocks of our network. Now, if you jump onto our website, it looks pretty fancy. It's got an animation and everything. It talks about how we're going to scale the multi-agent simulations, and they actually go through different modules we're going to build as infrastructure. And then you will notice that on our X, it actually has one sec. It actually redirects you to Buildathon, which is the launchpad for Autonomous World. So essentially, the two building blocks, on one hand, is on the back end. That's essentially the infrastructure we're building to enable Autonomous World building. And on the other hand, there's a front end interface, which is Buildathon, serving as the launchpad for multi-agent simulations. And in this hackathon, we're going to be quite lenient towards all the technical applications, because one key challenge we're facing is that, or not exactly a challenge, but reality we're facing is that we're still building the AWE engine itself. So this is actually our technical doc. It lays out all the key modules we're going to build towards the end of this year. what I can put for now is that very likely in the next quarter we'll be shipping a MCP marketplace with a workflow builder. So you'll be able to grab a lot of tools integrated with large language models and be able to generate a lot of multi-agent collaborations through the workflow. But up until now, this is not available. So what you could make use of is essentially just the Buildathon Launchpad. So when it comes to the Buildathon Launchpad, it features two main purposes, right? First would be distribution network. So whatever projects launching on Buildathon will be, we'll do co-marketing for you. That's we'll do business development for you as well. I'll give you some good examples in a bit. And the second purpose, which is a pending launch, it's the fundraising feature. So any project, any autonomous ball project launching on Buildathon in the future will be featuring it's a little bit like ICO or IEO sort of fundraising campaign for you. You'll be able to raise your funds through AWE tokens, our native tokens, and then you can launch your Worlds token as well. And that Worlds token can feature a lot of utility that's going to be determined by you, right? So that is not up yet, but very likely to be up in the coming quarter as well. So I think for now, as for this hackathon itself, this will be quite lenient towards all the technical integrations because there aren't any sort of hard requirement. But what we're looking for would be creativity and definitely something to do with multi-agent simulations. And when it comes to multi-agent simulations, you can tell, at least on the application side, we are the only one sort of still running the autonomous board concept, and we've already got quite a bit of good projects running already. So I'm going to go through some of this. First, if you scroll down to the bottom, our first running will be the Genesis AI Town. Now, this, if the Stanford AI Town, the Smallville, ran a bell to you, this one, then you'll be able to see that our first World Genesis AI Town running is actually a sort of a replication of that. Give it a little bit of time to load. Not loading very well. Is it to do with logging? Unfortunately, it's not loading very well. I think there's some technical backlog. Let's try some others. Or it might be something to do with my VPN. Give me one sec. Yeah, right. It's probably to do with my VPN. Oops. All right. Yeah, I think it's something to do with the VPN. You guys still hear me? All right then. Okay, cool. So this, as you could tell, is essentially a replication of the Stanford AI Town, and it's got over 100 residents living here. It's not moving well. I think it's still to do with my internet. It's not working too well. Might as well just turn up my. I'll turn up my video for a bit, and we run campaigns within it. Okay, so all of these 100 agents, they serve as a social experiment, right? It's every one of them have their own persona, and then and daily routines, interest, and work to do, and they usually they walk around. I don't know why they're stuck here, but um, and then they engage with each other. Okay, so it's a completely free social experiment. We have no agenda unless we run a campaign. So the first campaign we ran was a town mayor election. Okay, so there were two candidates, and then it was quite interesting. So we there were two agents mimicking, the two candidates of the U.S. And eventually the Trump the one that mimicked Trump lost the campaign. But anyways, it was a good sort of engagement. Back then, there were different stages of the election. There was a debate, and then they also ran their own X accounts as well, and then engaged with the audience. So that was the first town we made. So, and a very important feature we have here is tipping. Okay, you'll be able to tip all these agents you like, and then once they are tipped to a certain level, they'll be able to unlock their X accounts, and they'll start engaging with the other audiences. And yeah, that's a very straightforward one. And we also encourage you to make use of any open source frameworks. So for this one, the team leveraged on this A16Z AI town, which is essentially a replication as well, but built much simpler for the AI town simulation, right? And then another good example to show you is one that just premiered last week called AI Shark Tank. So this is essentially, an AI version or virtual version of the TV show Shark Tank, which is a VC pitch reality show. So these are recorded already, but back then when it premiered, it was all live. So the way it works is it will release weekly episode, and when it's live, all the four VC judges they were the digital twin of these VC judges themselves, including Jesse Pollak, the founder of Base, and a lot of other famous founders, Web3 founders, but the pitching startup founder will have to be real. So someone will just call in and make the pitch real time. and all these judges will make, the AI judges will make a judgment and decisions on whether to invest or not. And here, along the pitch, you'll be able to make bets on the prediction market in terms of whether some judge will make investment, or someone's going to reappear in the next episode. There are multiple votes you can cast. So yeah, that's a very interesting way to engage your audience as well, and through making use of Web3 prediction market. And once the live is done, there are after three pitches, it will be recorded and then just be playing on the side. And this will just be weekly. So there are many different ways of creating multi-agent simulations, and it's really all up to your imagination, right? So creativity and engagement is definitely something that we'll be looking for. And later on, you can also tip these judges, and then they'll open up their chat rooms, so you can engage with them real time. And also the highest tipped ones will proceed and reappear in the next episode. And then upcoming, we also have a lot of other interesting ideas, including trade clash. There's a simulation to sort of replicate the current trade war going on. That's pretty fun as well. There's one called AI Mars. It's about Mars colonization. It's already live, but the team is still working on the iteration, so there will be a much better version coming up most likely next week. So that said, I think we are quite open towards ideas, and we are quite lenient towards your technical integration. Just make sure you have great ideas to engage the audience. We don't want a simulation without any engagement measures, because at the end of the day, we still look at on-chain transactions. We want users the audience to come in to engage with your world and make on-chain transactions one way or another. And number two, make sure you leverage on whatever open source frameworks are available. I know hackathon is not a very long time, right? It doesn't last for a long time. You can just make sure you leverage on other resources. And and then essentially for the bounty itself, we are just gonna we're gonna have a holistic sort of judgment based on how fun it is, how creative it is, and the potential it has to do with Web3. Yep, that's my 2 cents for this workshop. Let me know if you have any questions.
Thank you very much, Dr. Strauss. For some reason, I'm not sure why the full chat doesn't load for you, but I think possibly it's your Wi-Fi, but there haven't been any pressing questions.
Yeah.
We'll direct everyone to the Discord, and then we can pass any questions on to the AWE Network team if they come up. So thank you very much for coming and giving us this introduction.
Thank you.
And